God be the glory, all blessings, you heard? Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's going on, guys? It's your boy Matt Thomas, it's your boy Royalty, and I'm here to bring you another video. Now, I know lately I've been talking to you guys about a lot of stuff. I haven't really hit on a lot of serious topics or serious things that have been affecting the world besides the coronavirus, but you know, as you can see, this thing is pretty prevalent. It's pretty consistent in our life, and we have to touch on a bunch of things. So what I want to talk to you guys about right now is that, I don't know if you guys heard, but most of us will be getting stimulus checks from the government that's supposed to relieve us during this coronavirus situation, to help us, you know, provide for our families, you know, put food on our table, you know, maybe take care of any bills that we do not have taken care of right now. But there's a little twist to it. So apparently they said anyone that owes back child support will not be eligible to receive this check. And you know, I was in the shade room and I was looking at a bunch of things, and I was seeing so many different comments like, you know, that's what people get, you know, and oh, they don't deserve it if they can't take care of the babies, and take care of this, and it's crazy when you look into the social media stuff, you know, people's ideology, people's mindset towards certain things, it's just so misconstrued and stuff like that. You know, you can make a judgment or make a passive judgment on someone that you never met off of someone's situation. So let's talk about it like this. Once you're incarcerated, once you do time, the chances of you having a job once you come out of jail is slim to none. We all know this. You know, if you owned the facility or you owned a establishment and someone came out of jail, you probably wouldn't hire them. That wouldn't be your first option. You have so many other options out here. Why would you choose to hire someone that was incarcerated? That means that when a person comes out of jail, they have a 50% chance of getting hired. And I mean, you can say it's prejudice, you can say whatever it is. It's just a preference that I feel like people are doing. I feel like it's a choice that they're saying, like, you know what, this person has had an opportunity to live the right life. They didn't live the right life, so they don't deserve to work for me. You know, so you're already putting them at a disadvantage, right? But let's get more into detail. Right now, if you look up the population and the incarceration system and everything going on, 37% of people that are incarcerated are African American. 37% is African American, 34% is Caucasian, and another 22% is Hispanics. Everything else besides that is just, you know, whoever is out there. But if black people are still a minority in the United States of America, and they are the #1 populated ethnicity in the jail system, that means that there are basically too many African Americans inside of the jail system. African Americans are incarcerated 5 times faster than any other race. 5 times faster than any other race. So I know you guys are probably asking, like, why am I talking about this? Why do I care about this, right? One, I care about it because I'm African American. 2, I care about it because it's not highlighted. It's not highlighted at all. So nowadays we don't see the bigger picture, but the bigger picture is that slavery has never necessarily ended. Slavery has never necessarily stopped. It just was transformed into something else. I don't know if you guys know the letter that was written, and it was saying that, you know, after a certain point we won't be able to keep African Americans, you know, tied down by, you know, chains and things of that nature. The way that we would tie them down is by their mental. We'll tie them down with their mental. We'll put the big blacks against the small blacks, the light blacks against the other blacks, the fat blacks against the skinny blacks. And it was just basically saying how it would mentally chain us down to the point that we won't be able to come out of anything else. That we won't be able to come out of anything else, that we'll stay subjected and stay chained to our thoughts, and we won't want to be anything else. You know, and that's why we'll fight each other, we'll come at each other. You know, this would be the hostility between one another. When you see gangs fight against each other, you know, from what I know, you know, it's black on black. You know, from what I know, is, you know, black on black crime is not highlighted, but we don't realize that the circumstances that put us in those predicaments. But let me not go off on a tangent. So, if 37% of people that are in jail are African Americans, I feel like that's the new highlighted slavery. Now, I know you're probably asking, like, what does you having to be in jail, having to be incarcerated, have to do with anything? Right now, a pandemic is going on where a lot of people are being affected, a lot of people are being hurt, a lot of people are being ridiculed, a lot of people are going through a situation where they don't know if they're going to wake up the next day and be healthy or not be healthy. They don't know if they'll wake up the next day and see if they're going to wash their hands to not be affected by what's going on. But a lot of people are being affected by what's going on. A lot of people are dying, whether elderly, whether young, middle class, whatever it is, a lot of people are dying. But you're choosing to make a decision, a choice, at this time in the world where the whole world is at a standstill to say, if a person owes child support, you will not receive a stimulus check that can help benefit you and your household. That's a racial choice. That's a racial choice. I know you're probably like, what? How is that a racial choice? Most people that are on child support are African Americans. Rules and things that go down is that if you do not pay child support, you will be incarcerated for not paying child support. So you mean to tell me that during the pandemic, you are choosing not to give a person the necessary needs and the necessary funds to take care of themselves or their household, although you think that because they're backed up on a certain check, they should not receive this check because of their past transgressions? So basically, the same way we won't hire someone to work for us that's incarcerated, they won't fund a person because of what they haven't completed. But it's a pandemic. What's going on is affecting everyone around us. But you're choosing not to do this. Also, what you're not realizing is that most of the people that are on child support are African American males. African American males. That's the biggest thing. See, the thing about it is that the government knows how to cripple a black person. The government knows how to keep a black person down and not help them get out of a situation. Now, I know you're probably saying like, oh, you guys brought this upon yourself. You guys did this, and you guys did that, and you guys did this. If you put a baby in a lion's den, or you put a baby around fire, or you put a baby around Lysol, bleach products and stuff like that, and that baby drinks that, and you say, well, it's the baby's fault. Nah, it's not the baby's fault. The baby was put in that situation where it wasn't supposed to be put in that situation. The baby wasn't supposed to be around those environments. The baby only did what it thought it was supposed to do because what it was subjected to be done. That's what we're not getting. What we point the fingers at people because they're of a certain age. We're like, they should have known better. They should have known better. How can you know better if you were never taught better? You can't tell me to answer questions to a lesson that I was never taught right to answer. Why make that choice? So you can't cripple a black man unless he's inside of jail. But then you stop the whole world, or you could cripple someone by not giving them a check. Most of us don't have another source of income. Most of us don't have another way of us being able to fend for our family. The way we fend for our family is us going up every day, going to work. But how do you go to work? How do you pay bills if you don't have it? How can you take care of the ones or the necessary ones around you if you cannot go to work? If you really are not essential and have things or have a good savings, how can you provide for those around you? That's what we're misconstruing. Blacks are incarcerated 5 times more than any other race. Why? If you want me to put it more into numbers, and break it down, and last time I checked in 2014, 2.3 million people that were incarcerated was African American out of the 6.8 million that was incarcerated. Can you put that into 2.3 million African Americans are incarcerated? Tell me why they're spending $81 billion on prison cells. Being incarcerated is a profit. It's a private business. This is about making money. You don't even know how serious it goes because people that are in jail make the uniform for McDonald's, and you would have never known. Like, so you're working, you're incarcerated, you're doing your time, you come out, you can't get a job, you can't do this, you can't do that. And people don't understand how this is just a bigger picture to it all. A lot of people are going to be messed up after this thing is over. A lot of people are not going to have to fend for themselves. A lot of people are not going to be able to take care of themselves. A lot of people are not going to be able to provide for their family. That's like saying, oh, because you haven't paid back your student loans, you don't deserve to take care of yourself. Because you still have debt, you don't deserve to take care of yourself. Who are we to make this justification to say what a person can and cannot do? Now, I'm not saying that everybody deserves a pass or everybody deserves an understanding, but some people are in that situation because they just in a bad situation. Some people deserve to be in that situation. Some people don't deserve to be in that situation. But you're missing the bigger picture of it all, of what's being done. Most people that are on child support are African American. How do you cripple an African American? By not incarcerating him. Take the money out of his pocket. Force him out. Don't allow him to be able to provide for his. Tell him the reason why I'm not giving it to you is because you owe. Although we're going through something right now, although, you have no source of income, although you cannot provide for your family, although so much has happened because of your past transgressions and what you have not completed. You don't deserve this, you don't deserve that. I feel that's pretty drastic. I feel no one should make that decision for anyone. I've talked about this topic as far as, black men being incarcerated and black men this and black men that. I feel like that's just not right. One thing I can say about this is people are probably like, well, children need this, children need that. Children do need this. But a 3 or 4-year-old don't know money. They know memories. They know more about interactions. They know more about impact. So don't talk to a person and be like, oh yeah, well, you owe this. That's the reason why you... Children remember memories. They never remember money. They never do. So when you say that you're going to stop someone from receiving something because of a financial, compensation that they haven't been receiving, I feel that's unfair. I feel what's being done right here is that, and this is all off of my own perception, I feel what's being done here is the government is trying to find a way to cripple black people. Now, I'm not saying only black people are the only ones that owe child support, but what I'm saying is that most people that are on it is African American. If you put an African American out on the street and they can't provide for themselves and they can't do, what happens then? Then they're subjected to do things that's going to cause them to make money, but it's not the legal way. But then let's remember, who's incarcerated? Mostly African Americans. So how do you keep profiting on a prison cell and things of that nature? You put more African Americans behind the cell. You get them out on the street, and then the gentrification that you see is not necessarily gentrification. It's just them moving people out unwillingly. It's like I'm forcing you out because you just got to get out. You just got to get out. Your past transgressions is going to kill you. You should have known better. Although we didn't put you guys in a position for you to succeed, you should have succeeded. Although everything is against you to fail, you should have succeeded. This isn't one of those, you come on here and you talk to me about, well, there's some guys out here that's really dead. There's some guys out here that's really deadbeats. There's some BMs out here that's really bad. It's easy for a person to say, like, be there for your child, be there for the one that you created when, the toxicity in the environment is hard to raise a child. The longer you stay away, the harder it is to go back. It's hard to beat a narrative that was already created for you that you didn't even know was created for you. You know what I mean? So you got to think about it from that perspective. All of these, it's hard for a black man to succeed now. It's hard, just even before any of this. It's hard for a black man to succeed now. You cripple a black man by putting him in jail and telling him what he's not going to do. Now you just found the way to cripple a black man outside and force him to do what he's not going to do. When it comes to you putting money in your pockets, food in your belly, and providing for your family, everybody knows it's any means necessary. So now you just opened the door to incarcerate more black men, because how else are they going to fend for themselves? This is a very, very, very tough topic, very interesting topic. We can talk about this for months, years, and stuff like that. Give me you guys insight. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, please come in here respectfully. And with the open mind. with an open mind. You know, I'm open to all suggestions and all thoughts. And I hope you guys are. Become correct. Alright. It's your boy Matt Thomas, your boy Royalty. Got some more vids coming for you guys, alright? Talk to you later.